Scene script. Picture this. A high-security prison reputed to be escape-proof, but on a cold winter night, 3 inmates vanish into thin air. Welcome to a world where concrete walls, layers of barbed wire, and countless vigilant eyes are the norm. This isn't a dystopian future or a sci-fi movie plot. No, it's a tale as old as time, a tale of fortitude and cunning, of resilience and audacity. It's the story of a high-security prison, a fortress designed to keep the most dangerous elements of society locked away. This prison wasn't just any prison, it was the epitome of confinement, a place so secure that it was thought to be impervious to escape attempts. Its reputation was not built on empty promises. With state-of-the-art surveillance, round-the-clock patrols, and a guard-to-inmate ratio that would make any fugitive think twice, it was a stronghold that had thwarted numerous escape plots in the past. But every fortress has a weakness, every lock a key. And in this fortress of despair, 3 unlikely comrades found theirs. They were not the most dangerous, not the most notorious, but they had something more potent, an unwavering will to be free. So on a chilly winter night under the cover of darkness, these 3 inmates did the unthinkable. They disappeared. No alarms, no frantic searchlights, no barking guard dogs, just an eerie silence that hung in the air, a silence that echoed the impossibility of what had just transpired. It was as if they had evaporated, slipped through the cracks of this seemingly impregnable fortress. The cells that once held them were empty, their beds cold and untouched. The fortress had been breached, its reputation tarnished. The world woke up the next morning to a reality it couldn't comprehend. The impossible had happened. The fortress had fallen. They said it was impossible. They were wrong. So how did they do it? It was a masterstroke of cunning and audacity. They were not just prisoners, they were artists of escape, and their canvas was the cold, hard confines of their high-security prison. Ingenious minds, trapped within impenetrable walls, found a way to turn their limitations into an advantage. Their plan was the product of meticulous observation and careful calculation. They studied the prison's routine, the guards' shifts, the blind spots in surveillance cameras, and the structural weaknesses of the prison itself. Every detail was significant. Every minute was a treasure trove of information. They used whatever tools they could get their hands on: a smuggled screwdriver, a stolen spoon, and even a piece of wire. These were not just ordinary items. In their hands, they were keys to freedom. These tools, combined with their relentless determination, allowed them to gradually chip away at the prison's defenses, bit by bit, day by day. They learned to manipulate the weaknesses of the prison system. The guards' complacency, the predictability of the routines, the blind faith in technology, these were all exploited to their advantage. They turned the prison's strengths into its weaknesses, using every oversight, every loophole to inch closer to their goal. The plan was not just about physical escape, it was also a psychological game. They played on the guards' assumptions, their biases, and their blind spots. They created an illusion of obedience, of conformity, while secretly orchestrating their grand escape. The suspense was palpable, the stakes were high, and the risks were even higher, but to them it was worth it. They were not just defying their captors, they were defying the system, the odds, and even fate itself. They were rewriting their destiny, one clandestine operation at a time. The audacity of their plan, the ingenuity of their tactics, and the sheer determination in their hearts made their escape not just an act of rebellion, but a testament to human resilience and the indomitable spirit of freedom. They turned the impossible into a mere inconvenience. With a plan set, they embarked on their daring escape. In the inky darkness, the only sound was the steady drip of water from the prison pipes. The air was thick with anticipation. The inmates, driven by an insatiable desire for freedom, moved like shadows, barely daring to breathe. Every step was carefully calculated, every move executed with precision. They navigated the labyrinthine prison corridors with astonishing familiarity, their hearts pounding in their chests. The walls seemed to close in around them, and the eerie silence was punctuated only by the occasional distant clink of a guard's keys. But they pressed on, spurred by the tantalizing promise of liberty. Their determination was as solid as the cold stone walls that had kept them confined. It was a symphony of suspense, their every action a delicate dance on the knife's edge of discovery. There were close calls, moments when their hearts skipped a beat as guards passed by. More than once they were mere shadows away from being caught. But each time they slipped back into the darkness undetected. They were ghosts in the machine, a whisper on the wind. At one point, the prison's imposing watchtower loomed over them, its spotlight sweeping the grounds like an all-seeing eye. But they were ready. Using the shadows to their advantage, they timed their movements perfectly, slipping past the watchful gaze undetected. It was a game of cat and mouse, a high-stakes gamble with freedom as the ultimate prize. Their escape was a testament to their tenacity and cunning. It was a daring dance with danger, a thrilling display of audacity and courage. Each step took them closer to the freedom they so desperately craved. Each heartbeat echoed their unyielding resolve. And then, just as the first rays of dawn began to pierce the night sky, they did it. They slipped away under the cover of darkness, leaving behind a baffled prison. Their audacious escape was complete, a startling reminder that even the most fortified walls can't contain the indomitable human spirit. They slipped away under the cover of darkness, leaving behind a baffled prison. The morning after, the prison woke up to an empty cell. Silence hung in the air, heavy with shock and disbelief. The once bustling prison was now a monument to confusion and chaos. The guards, once confident and composed, were now scrambling, their faces etched with disbelief and a sense of failure. It was as if the very foundations of this high-security fortress had been shaken to the core. The escape was not just a physical breach, it was an assault on the very idea of an impenetrable fortress. It was a testament to human ingenuity, cunning, and the indomitable spirit of freedom. It was a wake-up call, a reminder that even the most fortified walls could be scaled, and the most secure locks could be picked. Soon the shock gave way to action. The authorities sprung into motion, launching a manhunt of unprecedented scale. Every corner of the country was combed, every lead pursued, every stone unturned. The escapees, now the most wanted men in the country, were pursued relentlessly. The chase was on, and it was a race against time, but the escape had already made its mark. It had exposed the chinks in the armor, the vulnerabilities in the system. The prison, once a symbol of invincibility, was now under scrutiny. Questions were raised and answers demanded. The escape had triggered a wave of changes, a complete overhaul of the prison security system. New measures were implemented, loopholes were plugged, and security was tightened. The prison was transformed, a fortress reborn. The changes were not just physical, they were symbolic, a sign of the prison's resilience and determination to learn from its past. But the escapees had already etched their names in history. Their daring escape had made headlines, sparked debates, and inspired movies. They had become legends, their story a testament to the human spirit's relentless pursuit of freedom. Their escape echoed far beyond the prison walls. The echoes continued to reverberate, a reminder of that one incredible escape that shook the world of high-security prisons to its core. Their audacious escape is a story that will continue to inspire, intrigue, and challenge the very notion of a high-security prison. Their legacy, like their escape, is truly inescapable. But what became of our daring escapees? Their story didn't end there. Once they had slipped beyond the cold iron bars and high walls of their prison, they plunged into the vast, unforgiving world. A world that was both a haven and a hunting ground. Some of our audacious fugitives managed to elude the relentless pursuit of justice, blending into the crowds, living under assumed names, and building new lives in foreign lands. They became mere myths, whispers of their audacious exploits echoing in the shadowy corners of the world. Others, though, were not so fortunate. Their taste of freedom was short-lived as the long arm of the law caught up with them. Hauled back into the system, their moment in the sun became a chilling reminder of the consequences of their actions. Yet even in their defeat, their stories of daring and ingenuity echoed within the prison walls, inspiring admiration, awe, and a sense of intrigue. Whether they remained free spirits or were recaptured, their daring escape had a profound impact. It served as a beacon of hope to those left behind, a testament to human will and ingenuity. It sparked a curiosity and fascination in the outside world, leading to books, movies, and tales spun around campfires. It challenged the system, provoking a re-examination of security measures in high-security prisons worldwide. In the end, the legacy of these audacious escapees isn't limited to their personal freedom or incarceration. It's a tale that transcends the individual. becoming a part of the collective consciousness. It's a story of resilience and rebellion, a testament to the human spirit's unyielding desire for freedom. It's a narrative that questions the confines we live in and inspires us to think beyond them. Their escape from the high-security prison was more than just a fleeting moment of freedom. It was a ripple that grew into a wave, a spark that ignited a flame. Their story has been etched into the annals of history, inspiring and intriguing generations. They left behind not just an empty cell, but a legend that lives on.